Lethargic Sloth here, and it's time to talk about Sweden. Sweden will be represented by Benjamin Ingrosso with the song Dance Me Off. If I had to describe the song in one word, it's going to be mellow. The song is extremely mellow and laid back. You know, my history with this song is pretty interesting. I will say that my opinion of this song has changed pretty drastically since when I first listened to it as opposed to now. But I think my notes are kind of funny. Don't get pissed off at this. This is my first impression of hearing the song probably a week ago or so. I took down some notes because I looked at the what could win Melody Festivalen, and this was obviously one of the favorites. So I took down some notes. His voice sounds like Brendan Murray from Ireland last year got his nuts stuck in a bear trap and then filled his mouth with helium. That's how strange his voice comes off. Yeah, that's my first note about the song was that comparing it to a guy getting his nuts stuck in a bear trap and sucking down a bunch of helium. Yeah, his voice was very off-putting to me at first, but the more I listen to the song, the more tolerant of it I become, I guess. It's not an annoying voice, it's a soothing voice, but I can't deny the fact that he does kind of sound like he's trying to be Justin Bieber in the same nuances and style. That part is a little annoying to me still today, but it is very smooth, and it's nowhere near my favorite type of voice, but it's still pleasant enough to listen to at the end. It's not a terrible voice. I can't say that he's got a bad voice. It's just different, and that's one thing I can give credit to, is that it's a different sort of voice. Now, that was my first impression, so are people watching Eurovision for the first time going to have an impression like that, or are they going to be like, oh, this is just a nice dance song? I don't know. You know, that's really something to think about. I just wanted to share that because I found it humorous, and I don't feel that way anymore, so it's not like I'm using it to completely diss the song. I just wanted to share that story before I get into the technical hardware here. So what's good about this song? First, this song is extremely marketable. I could see this on the radio here in the USA and actually being a big hit. It is a type of song I would expect to hear out in public, at retail chains, coffee shops, malls, parties. It's a very friendly song for the public. It's catchy and very well produced. Sweden excels in production value. Me personally, I value voice, song lyrics, and how the singer is able to connect with the audience over production value, but I will say that Sweden excels year in and year out in pure production and staging. They're very good with the lights, the flashes, the song. They always have quality. Whether you like the songs or not, the quality is there. Dance You Off is a good message about using dance as a way to forget somebody and get over somebody. That's a lot better alternative than drinking, sleeping around, drugs, or binge eating, I guess. So, well, it works. The beat is very nice. The song is incredibly catchy and will easily get stuck in your head, whether you want it to or not. I think having to compete in the semifinal actually really helps the song. You can hear the song and you can't get it out of your head, and that bodes well for the finals. By the time the finals roll around, you've had time to figure out how much you like or hate the song. So what are some potential problems with the song? This is probably just a me thing, but when I first heard the song title, I thought it could definitely be the butt of Eurovision jokes. Dance You Off, can easily become, well, jack me off or suck me off. Sorry to get a little pervy on you there, but the title leaves itself there to imagination. Can't help that. I can see if you think this song is annoying. It is repetitive, it's a bit monotone, and as I mentioned, you can say he copies Justin Bieber's style a bit. It's more of an influence than a copy, but I digress. I'm not going to be able to convince people one way or another on that. I've heard this song compared to 80s pop, the singer The Weeknd, and Bruno Mars, but really, I find it just to be a normal pop song. It's not earth shattering, groundbreaking, transitional. To me, there's nothing really epic about it. It's kind of just another song. And that's not a problem. The song really doesn't actually leave a great first impression at the first listen. A lot of people will criticize him for his voice. Many will think the song is underwhelming at first meeting. Like I said, I hated this the first time I listened to it, but I don't know. It gets stuck in my head, and I've kind of liked it a bit more than I did. It's growing on me. Granted, it's never going to be in my top 10, and it's not going to be among my favorites. But this is a song that I am going to download and I will listen to from time to time. Absolutely. So, what's my rating for this song going to be? Well, if you've listened to my other reviews, you might actually be surprised. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. And you might be thinking, oh, that's low. No, for me, that's actually really high, and it's quite a compliment because A, I don't really like this type of music. But I found something with this that's pleasant, that I can listen to it or even be listening to a Eurovision mix, and it's not one that I intend to skip or go over. I can sit here working on a project or something and have this playing in the background, and it's actually kind of catchy. I was at work the other night, and I actually totally brain shut off doing my menial work, and this song pops in my head, and it made me smile, and I was like, dang, the song I thought I hated, I'm actually starting to appreciate a little bit. So it's definitely not one of my favorites. I'm going to make that completely clear. It's not one of my favorites. I prefer deeply emotional songs that are meaningful, and I place the highest priority on voice one, and then after that, I look towards lyrics, the cleverness in the lyrics, and basically the singer's ability to make you believe in what they're singing. And I don't look at production. I don't care about production. I'm not impressed by the lights or the staging as much as I am with the singer and their ability to connect. And with this song, though, he's good enough as a singer, and uh, I still don't pay attention to the lights and stuff so much. But yeah, I mean, I have to admit it's semi-likable, and I almost hate saying that because this isn't the normal type of song I go for. But yeah, I'm 6 is good for me. So this is me being generous, and yeah, maybe I'll like it a little more even as we get towards the season. I don't hate it. I'll say that much. I thought I did when I first heard it, but it's starting to grow on me. So take that as a positive. So is this song a contender or a pretender? Well, it's coming from Sweden, so it's basically going to cakewalk into the finals. It's definitely going to qualify. There's no question about that. Sweden, pretty much in name recognition, has a spot already reserved in the final. Whether we like it or not, that's kind of how it goes. The last time Sweden didn't qualify, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, was 2011, and it's very rare for Sweden not to qualify. So definitely on that note, it's basically Big Five plus Portugal plus Sweden, pretty much when looking at it. So uh, yeah, this is definitely going to be in the finals. And as far as contender or pretender, I, as coming from Sweden, it should be a contender just based on name alone. But with the songs we have, there's so many other songs musically that are just technically better than this. Um, this shouldn't be a contender based on the other quality of the other songs, to be completely honest. But I can't write it off as it's not going to win because it's Sweden and it is catchy. I think it's going to have a lot of fans. This is a type of song that I could hear playing in malls everywhere, or background music on the radio, obviously. Maybe even do a remix and put it in the club. I could see them doing that. So yeah, I'm gonna say it's a contender. Not just because it's Sweden, because I think it has mainstream appeal. Uh, do I want it to win per se? No, because I think there's better representatives in other genres. But I think it could win, and so I'm sticking with that. I gotta say, I'm gonna be completely honest. Sweden is one of the countries that usually rates towards the bottom of my list. The funny thing is the lower I rate the song, the better it usually does in the contest. 2015 Heroes I thought was extremely overrated. I still feel like it's completely overrated, and I still believe it shouldn't have won the contest. I believe there's 17 songs that were better than Heroes in the competition. Not gonna lie, that's my personal opinion, and I will always hold that opinion. 2016 actually has been my favorite Swedish entry since Euphoria with If I Were Sorry. I actually liked that song. It's one that I probably would have given probably about an 8.5 or 9. I actually just think it's a good song, a good quality song. So that's been my favorite of the past 3 years. And then last year, if you saw my review, I absolutely hated I Can't Go On. There was no way that song deserved to get the placing it got. It was an absolutely obnoxious song, and I took every moment to bash it every chance I could. I actually have to give some applause here. The Swedish fans were not that bad or venomous. They're confident enough as a fan base that if you say, "Oh, I don't like your song," they're like, "Okay, that's fine. You don't have to like it," and I appreciate that. So I'm saying to the Swedish fans, I respect the hell out of you. I bashed your song, and I think I only had 2 or 3 people write nasty notes. So, um, as opposed to last year, it was Lithuania and some of these other countries that are a little more insecure about their entries. They were just nasty when I bashed their song. So yeah, I'm give props to the Swedish fan base. You all know you have a good record, and some random commenter making jokes and fun of the song doesn't affect your day. I appreciate that. That's really a nice and refreshing thing. So yeah, this song, I'm still trying to decide exactly where I stand on it, but I've come to realize that it is quite pleasant to listen to as opposed to where I was when I first heard it. I'm changing on it, and it's creeping up. It's creeping up rather than down, so it's trending in the right direction for me. So I think it's a respectable entry, and we'll have to see how it does at Eurovision. So good luck, Sweden. Thank you for watching my review of Sweden at Eurovision 2018. It's really interesting to listen to a song and see how your opinion changes over time. Uh, I would say Sweden and definitely Norway and some of these other songs, you know, uh, you hear them and you might not like them at the beginning, but that's why it's so nice to step back for a moment and then do a review. The worst thing you can do is an emotional review, and it destroys all your credibility. But to step back, think about the song, analyze it properly, and then put out a solid review, that's that's how you do it in my book. So thank you for watching. I appreciate all the views. Like, share, subscribe if you want, and look for the knockout game. I'm putting songs up against each other, and you vote like or dislike to vote for one of the 2 songs that's up there. So I currently have the Big Five plus Portugal up there going at it, so go vote for that. You still have 2.5 weeks to vote for those. So there's 3 videos of the knockout game up, and I'll be putting a lot more out tomorrow. So look for those. Semifinal 1 and 2 will start to go in motion. Thank you for watching, and for now, Lethargic Sloth out.